Welcome guys to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the US election and the results of the US election. Even in today's world, we see that most people would rather have a masculine man as a president and a commander-in-chief to run the free world. We're going to have a lot of deep discussion on this topic. We're going to show different clips from different podcasts, and I hope you enjoyed this video. But before we get into the video, I would like you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share my channel. We're going to be bringing a lot of content, and this would be very highly appreciated.
I'm not going to get into tonight because it's too controversial. But I do think that if you are going to be a candidate and you are going to be like, I'm going to be a female candidate, to be running on nothing, to be running on I'm just a woman, right? Like Hillary Clinton's hashtag was I'm with her. Now, she was much more capable than Kamala Harris, but when you see that all they're doing in all these speeches, when they're not saying why she's qualified, they're not saying why she's great, they're essentially saying, hey, this is a woman, like Taylor Swift's speech was on her Instagram feed, was this is for the childless cat ladies. It makes women look like we are not qualified to be in leadership positions when they don't at least run.
So what a great point. Candace Owens is talking with Emily Austin on PBD's podcast. This was at election night. I was watching this live 2 a.m. and two very strong women who actually are very famous are talking about the fact that a lot of the Democratic Party's bases to run for their candidate was just the fact that she's a woman and a woman of color. And we're seeing this more and more in today around North America, where it's DEI and it's all about favoring a certain class of people or a certain sect or a certain sex, and it's not about merit anymore. People are calling this out. And as we can see, the results of the election clearly show that Donald Trump won by a landslide. So even the majority of silent people, the silent majority, still do not think that these women who so-called assume just the fact that they're a woman is enough to run for the president of the United States or a president of a country.
With a little bit of gumption by saying, here are the policies, this is why I'm strong, this is my opinion about the border, here's what we got wrong, here's how we can fix the economy, let's talk about, the numbers. We've seen a lot of weak women in politics, full stop,
So again, she talked about women being weak in politics. And yes, there are a lot of weak women in politics. This is not a job that's supposed to be for the weak. If you're not made for the job, you're not supposed to do this job. This is a very tough job. You have to make very tough decisions for people's livelihoods. If you can see throughout the campaign, the Democratic Party had no agenda of what they're going to do with policies. Even if you look at what they were doing in their campaigns with different celebrities twerking and dancing. I don't want to even say their names of these celebrities because it's disgusting of what they were doing. Donald Trump had talked about policies, lowering taxes, helping the economy, helping the borders, deporting illegals. All he did was talk about policy. And if you look at the people surrounded by Donald Trump's team, it's Dana White, it's Elon Musk, JD Vance, it's a heavy hitter team. This is why Donald Trump won by a landslide.
It has to be a truth. It has to be, I don't want to say a masculine woman, but women genetically are more maternal, more caring, more empathetic.
Correct.
And if you're the president of the United States, you have to be a beast. Yeah. You can't be overly emotional. Oh, I can't address tonight. I'm too sensitive. Oh, I'm on my period. I'm hormonal. You can't have that.
You're 100% right. I mean, if you think about Margaret
I wasn't going to be
Thatcher,
controversial, but
no,
you just went
for you.
No, but I think
women have periods,
but
guys.
Look, it is a weird thing that people have trouble being honest about this, and it's stuff that we all know.
So again, Emily Austin goes on the fact that women have periods and they get emotional, and sometimes they let their periods get to them, and it's just a sad time that we were living in this world where we can't even talk about these facts, biological facts that humans have. Going back to gender roles, we can't even talk about gender roles in today's world, but I think it's changing now, and with this president winning, a lot of changes are coming, and there's a lot of hope for America. Donald Trump winning again, and you could even see the women that are coming out there now and talking about how feminism and all these lies took them into a whole different space. Feminism today is what it used to be. It's all about just women against men, women overtaking men.
Listen, it's a masculine position. It's commander-in-chief. What are we pretending that that's not like a masculine role?
So again, it is a masculine position. It's a position where you have to deal with some of the toughest people in the world. Some of the toughest countries like China, North Korea, Russia, Middle East. It's not somewhere where you could be soft and let your periods take you over.
I think Hillary was a bit masculine. Not in a bad way, in a peace way.
Yes, she was. And she is
not
a
that
closet,
uncommon.
she is butch closet. Everyone knows what she's up to. But the point is that is important to talk about, and I think that's one of the things that people are afraid to say because they're worried about the media and what are you saying that a woman can't. And this is one of the things actually that Dr. Jordan Peterson kind of brilliantly discussed when that viral clip of him when he was debating that woman, and she asked the question, you know, why are I'm making up a number here, 90% of the CEOs all men, and he said, why would a woman want to do that? Why would you want to work 80 hours a week? Why would you want to do these things? You make it seem like this is something that's admirable, like you should want to take on this job. And the reality is, I very much believe in traditional roles. I think the majority of women are good at traditionally feminine roles. Hence your point about, like, if a guy was like, I just really want to be a nanny for kids, I'm like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. We naturally trust women to the care of children in the same way that we naturally trust men to the care of protecting us, you know, protecting the nation, protecting us when something happens, protecting us if there's a break-in.
So again, Candace Owen talks about it. It should be a normal conversation in today's world. And twice, I mean, 2 female presidents, again, Donald Trump, have clearly lost by a landslide. First it was Hillary Clinton in 2016, and now Kamala Harris. And they had no plan or policies in place. And this is why the world saw for what it is. In USA, we have Donald Trump as the president, and you have to give Donald Trump a lot of credit. He went against the system. He went against the machine. His family was targeted. He was targeted. They put charges on him. They tried to get him killed, assassination attempts, criminal charges. They tried to bankrupt him financially, and he still showed what perseverance can get you. Still showed that with patience, hard work, and perseverance, and with the right policies and with the right team, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. And that is very important for all of us to learn from this man, Donald Trump.
I had Andrew Tate on my podcast earlier this year, and he said, I don't know how to explain it, but there's something, and this, I'm directly quoting him here, he said, but there's something really fundamentally gay about guys for Kamala, right? He's like, I don't know what the right word is, and what he meant by that, he's talking about Andrew Tate, but what he meant by that, he's like, it's a bunch of men saying, I want this woman to be my boss. Like, I really want this woman, Kamala Harris, to be my boss, and there's something that is, I don't know, the dynamic of that is weird, for the men that are wearing the, like, men for Kamala shirts, like, you do look at it and you're like, you want Kamala to be your boss, like, you know. I don't know. It's a question that I think we're going to, a conversation that we're going to continue to have in America, especially with 2 failed female presidential candidates.
So again, that is so ridiculous that there was actually dudes out there wearing men for Kamala shirts. But the fact that they want a woman to be their boss, that's like their kink. It's disgusting. What's the state of manhood is that question today. And I hope Donald Trump coming back now reverses some of these policies where today we're living in a world where they don't even know what a woman is and what a man is. And that's one of the questions with this is the agenda of the liberal party or the left. Thank God that we have a conservative government now in the United States. It's also time that in Canada now, these liberals go away and take all their filth away with them, what they're trying to do with gender, getting kids around sexuality at a young age. It's time for these evil forces to go away, and it's time for people to bring God back and bring the right policies and make North America great again and end the wars in the world. And once again, I would love to congratulate Donald J. Trump for winning the US election by a landslide. And I hope now that we can keep him in check as people, because at the end of the day, these are public servants. They work for us, not the other way around. So all his promises that he made, whether it's ending the war in Gaza and Palestine, in Ukraine, we have to keep him in check. We have to keep him in check for all the policies he wants to talk about, ending vaccine mandates, bringing down taxes, bringing more money back into the average American. Next 4 years is going to be very interesting, and I hope that in Canada we get a conservative government as well, and it's time to go back to what makes men great again and what makes nations great again, because I truly believe if you can bring masculine energy back and if you can make men great again, the world will be a better place. Thank you for watching this video. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, this would be appreciated, and I'll see you at the next video.